Huh?
I'll never forget you. I'll be here by you, always. A part of the earth you tread.
And with that, we have finished Sonic Unleashed. It feels weird to say welcome back to more Sonic Unleashed as the credits start rolling. Yes, we have finally reached the end. It's weird to think this song is nostalgic because I still have very distinct memories of really loving this song when the game got announced. Just obsessing over it. And it's been 12 years. It's slightly surreal that this much time has passed. There's endless possibilities. We already got a little bit of a teaser of it with an orchestral version in the final boss, and the orchestral version, even if it sounds kind of, because they use like synthesized instruments instead of an actual orchestra, it sounds a little off. A lot of final boss songs do that. I know Colors does this, and I don't like it there either. I want to say... there's another one, 06. Sonic 06 uses an orchestral version of his world for the final boss, but again, I don't think it's with real instruments, so it sounds a bit off. But yes, the Perfect Dark Gaia song is one of my favorite Sonic songs. The vocal version, Endless Possibilities, I think it's actually Endless Possibility without the plural, but I always say Endless Possibilities because it sounds better. Enough ranting about the music though. I enjoyed replaying this game. However, this game also showed me some things that I didn't quite enjoy. Again, I feel like this is a game that's best spread out. Like, playing through the game without a ton of breaks was a mistake in hindsight, because it really started to drag towards the end. I feel like my enjoyment levels were going down towards like the latter middle section, where it's like, wow, this is a lot of Werehog stage in a row. And I just kind of burnt out partway through. But the daytime Sonic stuff is really fun. I know I struggled with a lot of it because of, a ton of mistakes throughout. I glitched a lot, apparently. Again, things I'd never seen before, like falling through the floor in Eggman Land. It's like, what happened there? But overall, I still like this game. Again, I would give it like a 7.5 because... but with a caveat, because on a technical level, I would actually probably give it more like a 6 or a 6.5, because from a design standpoint, things like the camera, the leveling system, having to scrounge the world for moon medals, things like that kind of mess up the really good pacing. So it's like I go back and forth because I like the game. I don't know if I would say it's like a great game. I think it's a good game. So that's why I'm kind of like 6 to 7 maybe. But I think my actual enjoyment score would be like a 7.5, because I don't actually even mind the Werehog stuff that much. It's just hard from a commentary standpoint coming up with exciting things to talk about when you have the same gameplay structure throughout. The Wii version has different credits. Instead of these little cute photos of Sonic and Chip's adventure, it just shows cutscenes, and I kind of prefer this. It adds a little bit more atmosphere to the game, because you can see the perspective of Sonic and Chip just interacting with everybody instead of just seeing the same cutscenes again. Also, yeah, this game is rated E10. This game was really a lot to take in, actually, when I was first playing it, because the amount of, again, I played the Wii version, which is actually bloodier than this version, so, like, I was kind of, like, not a fan. I can deal with it now, obviously, but, yeah, I remember a kid me being, like, really freaked out by Perfect Dark Guy, and now I'm kind of like, the design is weird, but, I'm not bothered by it anymore. So we have our second song that started a really... I go back and forth on this. We have 3 songs, if that puts into perspective how long the credits are. And this would be a thing now, going forward. Because I know Colors did this. 06 had 2 songs. They had the character theme, which would be Sweet Dreams, All Hail Shadow, Dreams of an Absolution, or My Destiny, and then go into his world. So those are long credits. This game and Colors have 3 songs for their credits. Just as a heads up, I think the credits of Colors are actually even longer. Like, I want to see these credits for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm probably not going to do a specific bonus video. We'll probably have time to just talk about some things that I haven't shown in the playthrough, within this part. I don't think I'm gonna do any of the optional missions, maybe someday, but, I will be honest, again, I tend to not 100% Sonic games in Let's Plays because I don't like 100%ing Sonic games. They're often really frustrating to 100%. I've done Adventure 2, 06, and technically Colors, if you count Red Rings. I have not gotten S ranks, because the S rank requirements in Colors are ridiculous, so... Again, so only the 3 adventure games, if you count 06 as one. Shadow, you have to play like 320 times, if you want 100% it. That is not a joke, by the way. You can get A ranks on all the levels, but it tracks what level paths you've taken, and each one has a different name. So you actively have to do 300 plus playthroughs to 100%, the true 100% Shadow. So yeah, that's why I refuse to touch that game for a Let's Play, and I just don't enjoy it enough to warrant that. That looks super photoshopped in, that burger. It doesn't match Chip very well. But yeah, so I'm not gonna do the alternate acts because they're just kind of filler. I don't even own the DLC, so I can't show those. Again, maybe someday. Again, I'm pretty sure I said I would do the optional missions in Adventure 2 and I never did. Maybe someday I will go back to that, as I did it for my personal file recently. I don't want to do it again, so that's why I keep putting it off. But yeah, back to Unleashed. I like the game a lot. A lot of it's nostalgia, I admit, because this was like this is like, I think, one of the games I was most excited for, period. Mario Unleashed Partners in Time was definitely one. Most recently was Animal Crossing New Horizons. Sonic Unleashed I was so excited for, even though I had to settle for the Wii version, and ended up not even liking the PSV version at launch because of how brutal it can be. And again, even as someone who relatively knows what I'm doing, I still struggled a lot. This song is good too, Dear My Friend. It kind of is in the same vein as My Destiny, where I like it as a song. I don't know how I like it as a Sonic song. Like Live Life from Black Knight simultaneously sounds very sentimental and mainstream, but also can fit Sonic. This song, if you played this for somebody and didn't say it was from Sonic, they would have no idea. Same with My Destiny. It's like, you would not guess this was a Sonic song. Also get used to seeing that little robot. He pops up a little bit later on. This is also the last game with the 4Kids voice cast, so I think this was thankfully, one of their best performances. Sonic in particular is really good. Tails is good. Amy, Knuckles isn't in the game, but his VA voices Professor Pickle. Eggman's voice actor remained the same, but I think Eggman is really good in this game because he balances jokey kids game humor with, like, he's trying to destroy the world and build an amusement park, so, like, he's goofy, but he's also intimidating at the same time, and this is something from the adventure games that I feel like is missing now, where they either go to one side of the spectrum or the other with no in-between. That photo is fun because we saw them actually take that photo. So that's the end of song number 2. We still have one more song to go, so we have a bit left. A few other things I wanted to talk about, and this will probably carry on throughout the credits. Or, I mean, past the credits. So now we have the main theme. I think this was done by the Tokyo Philharmonic, which also makes me dislike the Perfect Dark Gaia song because they had an orchestra and didn't use it for that. I do miss the scope of a Sonic game. Like, having a world adventure is cool as a concept, and they never tried this again to the scale. It's like, I want to say this is probably my favorite Sonic game. That's, okay, second favorite, because, no, that's not even true. Third favorite. I forgot Colors existed. So yeah, I like Generations, Colors, Unleashed. Most modern 3D Sonic games after that point, I haven't been the biggest fan of. Unfortunately. But this game is still sort of special to me, even though I admit it has a lot of problems from a design standpoint. I just find it one of the more fun modern Sonic games. And I'm glad they gave this another shot after this game's less than stellar reception, because I think it really paid off in Colors, and especially Generations. Normally I would end it right as the credits were ending, but we're only at 13 minutes. I feel like I should talk a little bit more about the game. Okay, why did I say okay? I almost... Where did the P come from? Okay, my controller just turned off. Right at the perfect time. I think that's where I was gonna say perfect. Because the credits ended and then my controller shut off. It's like, well, that was serendipitous. So, one thing I wanted to show that really irks me. Post-game, on Wii, you have this part of the world go back to normal. On 360, it's permanently like this. I don't like this decision one bit. But we have time. I'm gonna show off the final hub. This is the Eggman Land hub. The only inhabitants are the robots, and the hot dog vendor over here. By the way, as the credits showed, each hot dog vendor has a slightly different hairstyle. So the missions are different. You only have time trials, but because it goes up to level 3, that means you have to beat each run of Eggman Land in a time limit without dying, and do that 3 times. No thank you. I know there are achievements tied to it, and I normally like completing games. That is not worth it to me. I didn't complete it on PS3, I especially won't complete it on 360. Another thing I should show off is the fact that we do have Tornado Defense Act 2 available to us. And we have 2 bosses. We have Dark Gaia. We didn't get an S rank. This is why I wanted to replay the game when I was younger, because you don't get a score. And thus, to actually get a ranking, period, you need to beat it again. I'm not gonna do that, that's not worth it. So yeah, basically all I haven't shown off is alternate acts, like Act 2 of each level, day and night. Mostly you do those for sun medals and moon medals, but I made do anyway. The hot dog missions, a bunch of side quests, you know, like with Brenda the reporter, she has more quizzes. There's a couple mini games where you like playing ghosts, and all sorts of different things, like different challenges, just to act as little extra stages with their own medals and sort of fleshing out the world. It kind of is trying to be Majora's Mask at times, I think, by developing the characters. I don't think it works quite as well, because even though a lot of the NPCs do have side quests, I feel like it's hard to have as much of an attachment to them compared to, say, in Majora's Mask. So yeah, with that being said, again, it's weird that this is the only hub you don't visit as part of the story. Yeah, no medals, just artwork and collectibles. And yeah, I didn't show off the galleries at all, because I didn't buy the items. But with that being said, I think, for now, again, I'm not going to guarantee this time that I'm going to come back to this game and do the remaining content, but, I think we're going to wrap up this playthrough here for now, and possibly for good. Most likely I'm going to move on to something else and forget to ever come back to the bonus content of this game, so that's why I'm saying I'm probably not going to end up doing it. But in any case, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for a new playthrough.